YouTube. I'm back once again. This is part 2, or rather shelf 2, of my Blu-ray and documentary collection. My intention was to do this whole thing in one video, but that first shelf is almost 15 minutes and there's 5 shelves on this rack of this unit of Blu-rays. And if they're all 15 minutes each, well, we can all do that maths. That's way too long of a video. So I'm going to see how this one goes, and maybe we can get a couple of shelves in one video. One thing that is a bit of a plus, I think, is there's more commonality on these next couple of shelves. More space is taken up by multiple seasons or multiple series of series. Doesn't make sense, but I'm sure you know what I mean. But anyway, shelf 2. So we start off with Derek. Again, I believe this is a show that only had one season or one series. Ricky Gervais. Now, for many years I was not a fan by any metric of Ricky Gervais. In fact, I actively avoided anything. I just didn't like him at all. And it wasn't until I caught an episode of this, oddly enough, that I thought, actually, this is quite good. And since then, I mean, I still haven't gone back and tried to watch The Office, because that wasn't the first thing that put me off him, but that definitely contributed to that. But a lot of the stuff he's done more recently, especially stand-up comedy, I think is genius. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Dollhouse. This goes back to probably the mid-noughties now, isn't it? It was kind of, I was about to say it was kind of a follow-up to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but it wasn't. It was just Joss Whedon's, I guess, next big show, starring Elijah Duku, who featured in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But yeah, again, this is something I've not watched for a while, but really enjoyed. A show that I have never seen. I think I bought it because it was cheap. I don't know anything about it, although it kind of maybe gives something away on the cover there. This is Dominion, season 1. Is there more of this? Is this a one-season show again, or is there more? Or is it one of those shows that only the first season gets the Blu-ray release and then the rest, good luck type of thing? Or maybe they're on DVD, who knows? Then we've got a bunch of Downton Abbey, but not all of Downton Abbey. So I've got Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 6, and then a couple of specials, Christmas at Downton Abbey, and what's that? Journey to the Highlands. I don't think I've seen any of those specials since they're actually on the telly. Again, this is a show that I followed. Did I follow it from the beginning, or did I think I might have picked it up when it was mid-run, but still started at the beginning, and then once it got to maybe 5 or 6, I had to watch them. I think probably series 5, I had to watch them as they were airing, rather than watch them on Blu-ray or DVD, in one go, binge them, I think was the word I was looking for there. Dynamo, Magician Impossible, Series 2. I'm not sure about this guy, to be fair. Some of his stuff was too unbelievable. Enterprise, Season 1 and 2. Still need to find 3 and 4. Firefly, awesome show. Just a one-season show once again, but did have a great follow-up movie in Serenity. Fringe, got the complete seasons 1 to 5 there. Again, a great show. seasons 4 and 5 are particularly harder to find, so I believe I picked up, I want to say the last 3, maybe the last 4, but I think it was the last 3 in a charity shop for £5 a piece, so I felt really lucky on those. Good Omens, first series, need to get hold of series 2. I believe there's a 3rd one on the way as well. Hammer House of Horror, the complete series. I remember watching those as a kid, being scared senseless. I think it was those at least. Heroes, series 1 to 4. Was it Heroes Reborn that came a little later? I still have never seen that. I don't own it, but I probably should get hold of it. His Dark Materials, again, never seen it. This is becoming a bit of a common theme. Hit and miss, I have seen this, really enjoyed it. And then my standard edition of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Great sci-fi from the 80s. Again, some of the special effects may be a little bit janky, although maybe not so much actually with this. No, I don't think they're quite as awful as some other earlier BBC shows, or at least 80s BBC shows. Homeland, first and second series. I need to, this is all I've seen of this show, is the first 2 series, so I probably need to, I think they did about 7, something like that. Hotel Babylon, I love this show, but only ever got a release on Blu-ray, I think worldwide, for series 1. Series 2, 3 and 4 do have DVDs, and I have series 2 on DVD but not 3 and 4, but I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that even on Blu-ray, let alone HD DVD, there was only a series 1 Blu-ray. Anyway, even Germany, to my knowledge, didn't get beyond series 1, or even if they got series 1. iZombie, no UK release for this on Blu-ray. This is a German one, series 1. The other ones, is it 3 or 4, I'm not sure. Again, I have a search on eBay that sends me new listings pretty much every other day or so, and they're always expensive, and very rarely are they in the UK. They're usually in America or in Germany. Killjoys, series 1 and 2, still need to get the rest of that. Then a Blu-ray about Le Mans, 2012. Legends of Tomorrow, series 2. That's the just a single season of that show that I own. Life After People, series 2. I did have series 1. I traded it in, and I almost rebought it back. I have a slipcover, so when I do get it, I can just put the slipcover back on it. I don't have to worry about finding the slipcover. And I almost did buy it back a few weeks ago in CEX in Middlesbrough, but when I got there, it had a reprinted cover, so I had to leave it. Life on Mars, series 1 and 2. Got through that much quicker. Right, moving on. Lost, I'm missing series 1. Again, I've got a slipcover for that, so I can put that on if and when I get it. That's a bit locked in there. So I've got season 2 and 3, season 4, but I've never been able to get hold of season 4 with a slipcover. I see them for sale occasionally on eBay and Vinted, but once you've paid the postage, it's just not worth getting it just for a slipcover. This is quite cheap in CEX, so I'm still on the lookout to find one in CEX with a slipcover that I can just buy for the slipcover. But at the moment, I haven't come across one yet. Series 5 is the only one I own in a slimmer case. I do believe there is an HMV exclusive with an extra disc that puts this in a fatter case. similar to this Series 6 that I own. Why is that backwards? Not sure. But this is again an HMV limited edition with an extra disc. As standard, this comes in a slim case, or a standard Blu-ray case, I should say, like season 5. But because it has the extra disc, it comes in a fatter case. Luther, the complete series 1 to 5. This is an incredible show. At least the first few series are. It kind of fell off a little bit, I think, by series 4. I don't remember anything of series 5. I'm honest. I've only watched that once, so I'll probably have to go back and look at that again. MacGyver, the complete series 1. I'm thinking again, only series 1 is on Blu-ray in the UK. Or maybe they've, since I've got this, they've started releasing them. I'm not sure, but I seem to think that only series 1, season 1, it's American, whatever, series 1, only ever got a Blu-ray release in the UK, none of the others. It's a bit of a pattern. Maybe there's a video in that. Anyway, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've got the first 5 in these limited edition box sets. Now these are difficult to find, specifically in CEX, because they don't differentiate between this and the standard edition when they have them on the shelf. So you can look online, but you don't know whether they've got the standard edition or this edition. And what makes it even harder is the discs in here are different. I don't think the contents are different, but the discs are on the standard editions. I think they're just a plain black disc with, you know, the writing, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. writing, and the season number and the Blu-ray logo and all that. But whereas these discs have pictures on them. So if a CEX has got a copy of this and the standard edition, it's a toss-up whether they'll give you the right discs or not. And that's series 5. Again, are these the only ones that got a limited edition release? Are there any others? Did anything beyond series 5 even get released on Blu-ray? And did any of them get this treatment? I don't know. Agent Carter, series 1 and 2, both with the slip covers. And Daredevil, again, 1 and 2 with the slips. Still got that horrible HMV sticker that I can't get off. Jessica Jones, series 1. This is another kind of collection of shows, I guess, that they did multiple seasons of, and they didn't all get Blu-ray releases. So Daredevil, I think, got 3, maybe 4 seasons, only 2. Jessica Jones, I believe, got a second series, but didn't get it released on Blu-ray. And then there's a couple of others. I think Iron Fist gets a release. It does get released on Blu-ray, but did the others? I'm sure there's quite a few in these Marvel collections series that never got Blu-ray releases, at least in the UK. Legion, know nothing about that, still never seen it. Misfits, I loved this show. It was awesome. It did fall off a little bit towards the end, but it's still really good. So I've got all 5 series. Yeah, by the final series, all the original cast pretty much had gone. Mr. Selfridge, then Mrs. Brown's Boys, which is a whole bunch of those. So we've got series 1, 2, 3. I believe there is a series 4 that never got released. And then there's some live, or there's some Christmas episodes. Again, not all of them, to my knowledge, have got Blu-ray releases. Then we've got the Mrs. Brown's Boys live. And then the Musketeers, series 1 and series 3. I did get these really cheap. Well, this one really cheap in a charity shop, and my intention was to trade it in, but I decided to keep it. Still waiting to find Series 2. And Orphan Black, Series 1 and Series 3. Some of these must be out of print as well because the prices are going up on those. But also, much like this Continuum set, I'm fairly certain in Germany, Orphan Black has had a release similar to this in a single case, all 5 seasons in a single case. So possibly those prices may come down, but I did have them all, and I once again traded some of them in to get some money at CX for something else. Anyway, that's 2 shelves knocked out in that video, and I'm going to leave it there and do the last 2 shelves in hopefully a final video. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra.